In the grand arena of sports, there has always been a line. Men on one side, women on the other, competing with each other. But what happens when we pit them head to head? Well, through the ages, there have been some moments, fleeting yet fiery, when these boundaries blurred, when strength met skill, when the battle was not about gender, but about the spirit of the game. If you want to watch those fascinating matches, I'm here to tell you about them. Let's go. At number 1, we have Bobby Riggs versus Billie Jean King. Our first iconic encounter takes us back to the year 1973. The world was a different place then, but the conversation around gender in sports was just heating up. In the heart of this discourse, a self-assured 55 Bobby Riggs stepped up. Once the world's top male tennis player, he proclaimed his supremacy over women's tennis, claiming he could outperform any female player. The challenger to prove him wrong? Billie Jean King, aged 29 at the time, a star in her own right in the realm of women's tennis. King was not just playing for herself, but she was playing for every woman in the world of sports who had ever been told they were less than. With 30,000 spectators in the stadium and 90 million viewers at home, it was not merely a tennis match, it was a statement. And what a statement it was! It was called the Battle of the Sexes. During the match, Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs entertained the audience with their contrasting styles. Riggs, known for his crafty drop shots and lobs, tried to outsmart King, but she remained unfazed. King's powerful ground strokes and strategic gameplay kept Riggs on the back foot. She broke his serve multiple times, showing her dominance. The highlight was King's relentless pursuit of every ball, her steely determination visible with each powerful return, dismantling Riggs' game and winning in straight sets. Billie Jean King emerged victorious, defeating Riggs in 3 sets. Continuing at number 2, we have Jimmy Connors versus Martina Navratilova. Our next encounter with history brings us to the year 1992. A new decade, a new battlefield, but the game remains the same. This time, the protagonists are 2 of the greatest tennis players ever to grace the court, Jimmy Connors and Martina Navratilova. The showdown took place at Caesars Palace Stadium in Las Vegas. On one side, Jimmy Connors, a charismatic powerhouse, known for his relentless attack game and never-say-die attitude. On the other, Martina Navratilova, a player who redefined women's tennis with her aggressive play and physical fitness, holding an unparalleled record of victories. The Battle of Champions, it was called, came with a twist. In a bid to level the playing field, Navratilova was allowed to hit into half the doubles alley on Connors' side. But still, the match was a thrilling showdown of skill, strategy, and stamina. The event kept the spectators on the edge of their seats. The first set was a tight contest, with Connors eventually taking it 7-5. Navratilova fought back valiantly, but Connors' powerful backhand and tactical brilliance gave him the upper hand. He clinched the second set 6-2, winning the match. Next on our list, at number 3 is Haydn versus Blair. This time, let's turn to the icy lanes of speed skating. And in front of us are the careers of 2 of the most prolific athletes the sport has ever seen, Haydn and Blair. Haydn, a legend in his own right, dominated the speed skating world in the late 70s and early 80s. He left an indelible mark at the 1980 Winter Olympics, sweeping all 5 gold medals, an unprecedented feat in speed skating. In fact, he was the first person to ever win 5 gold medals in the same Olympic Games. On the other hand, we have Blair, who emerged as a beacon of female strength and tenacity in the sport. Known for her power and precision, Blair had impressive skating skills. Her Olympic journey was nothing short of extraordinary, amassing 5 gold medals across 3 Winter Games. While Haydn and Blair never competed against each other directly, their careers overlapped in a way that their legacies are often compared. And the question on everyone's mind at the time was, who was the fastest skater between Haydn and Blair? The focal point of the comparison was the 1,500-meter race, a demanding test of speed, stamina, and strategy. Haydn's world record in this event, set in 1980, was a blistering 1 minute, 54.79 seconds. In the same event, Blair set her personal best at the 1987 Olympics, clocking a time of 2 minutes, 17.10 seconds. At number 4 today, we have Annika Sorenstam. Let's switch gears to the greens of golf, where our next trailblazer made her mark. We are talking about Annika Sorenstam, one of the most decorated female golfers in history. In 2003, Sorenstam did the unthinkable. She stepped onto the tee at the PGA Tour's Bank of America Colonial Tournament. And let me mention here that the 2003 Bank of America Colonial was not just any PGA Tour event. It was one of the most challenging stops on the tour, known for its narrow fairways and small greens. It demanded precision and strategy over brute strength, fitting Sorenstam's skill set perfectly. And by competing in the event, she became the first woman to ever compete in a PGA Tour event in 58 years. The number 5 on our list is none other than Michelle Wie. From one trailblazer to another, our journey through golf continues. Now we turn our attention to the prodigious talent of Michelle Wie. In 2004, at just 14 years old, Wie stepped onto the greens at the Men's PGA Sony Open in Hawaii. This was no ordinary feat. Wie was not just a woman playing in a men's event. She was a teenager playing against seasoned professionals. Wie's performance was nothing short of exceptional. She missed the cut by just one stroke, but it showed her extraordinary talent and grit. Her performance sent a clear message to the golfing world: talent knows no gender or age. Wie's appearance at the Sony Open was not a one-off. Throughout her career, she continually took on the challenge of men's events, undeterred by the daunting task. Her performance broke barriers and challenged norms, much like Sorenstam's. Wie's bold choices fueled the ongoing discussion about gender equality in golf. Her efforts underscored the need for greater inclusion and representation in the sport, inspiring countless other women to pursue their golfing dreams. And do you know what is the biggest lesson from this story? This story reminds us that it is not always about making the cut or lifting the trophy. It's about pushing boundaries, challenging common notions, and daring to compete, regardless of the odds. If you thought this was the end, I want you to stop right there. I have got 5 more thrilling encounters lined up for you in part 2. From the ice rinks to the marathon routes, get ready for more boundary-breaking feats from incredible athletes from both genders. Who was your favorite among these trailblazers? Which moment left you most inspired? Share your thoughts with the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you won't miss part 2 of this incredible journey through sports history. See you in the next one, and goodbye.